Hi, this is Kathy from Lady Stamp-A-Lot. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Chesapeake, Virginia. And today I'm going to show you how to make these cute cards using the Wildly Happy stamp set from Stampin' Up! Today I'll be using the bunny to make the card. And if you stay to the end, I'll talk a little bit more about these cards and I'll show you the inside and how I did that. So we're going to start with a piece of 6x6 designer series paper, and we're going to cut that down to 1.5 inches. So on my paper trim, I'm going to slide it over to 1.5 and cut. And then I'm going to turn it and cut it at 5 inches. Okay, and then I'm going to take this piece right here that's left and turn it and cut it at 3/4. So that's 1, 2, 3 of those little rectangular markings. And I'm going to cut that in half. I'm going to use that to decorate the inside. Now I'm also going to go back and cut a piece at 2 inches, and I'm going to use this to decorate the envelope. So I'm going to set that aside as well. Okay. Now you're going to need a note card from Stampin' Up! These come already cut and scored. So you just go ahead and fold that in half. And if you have your bone folder, give it a nice burnish. And then the 1.5 piece that we cut, I am going to glue it to this card. And I'm going to glue it all the way to the edge this time. So I like to use snail for this, and I give it 2 good strips. And then I'm going to put it right up against the edge. Okay. Now I already stamped the bunny, and I put it on a piece of coordinating cardstock. This is Purple Posy. And when I cut this bunny, I used the stitched shape dies, and for the bunny I used the number 3. I count my dies from the middle, the smallest one being 1, 2, 3. So that's the one I used to cut the bunny. And then for the scallops, they are from the layering ovals dies, and I used, again, I numbered them, so the smallest one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be this one, not the biggest, but the number 5. Okay, that's for the bunny. The other ones I use different sizes because I cut them a little bit bigger. This I didn't have enough room with the card going this way. Okay, so I'm going, before I put that on here, I'm going to do my stamping down here. And I'm going to have this one say, so tiny, so small, so loved by all. But I wanted to do it in 2 different places. So what I'm going to do is, here is so tiny, so small. I'm going to take my Stampin' Write marker. The markers have a paintbrush side. You can see this thick line here. That's the paintbrush side, which I'm going to use. And I'm going to take the side of my brush and I'm going to color over the top line. So tiny, so small. And then when I'm done, just to show you, the other side is just like a fine tip marker. So that's nice for writing, journaling, or things like that. So now I'm just going to breathe on it. I'm going to open this up and I'm going to stamp it down here. Okay, so it just says so tiny, so small. Now I'm going to clean that off. I like to use my chamois, and these look terrible, but they work really well to get that cleaned. And now another way you can do it, if you're only wanting to do part of the words, is to use a Post-it note. So I'm going to take a Post-it note. Hope it'll stick because that was wet. I'm going to cover up what I just did. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my Memento or any black ink. I like Memento because it cleans up easy. And I'm going to tap on here. And then I'll pull this off. And on the inside, I want it to say, "So loved by all." So that's another way of extending your stamps to be able to do it in two different places. Okay. Now while I have this open and while I'm kind of letting it dry, I'm going to go back and take these two pieces that I had left over. And just to decorate the inside a little bit, because I'm liking to decorate the inside of my cards and my outside envelopes, is I'm just going to go from corner to corner, holding it the long way up. And I'm going to put these in the corner just to decorate and give it a little cuteness. So cut from corner to corner. And because this is so small and the scissors, you can do it in one swoop. You can get it pretty straight. All right, let's see how I want to do that. Like that. Okay, is that how I want to do it? Yeah, I guess so. All right, so now you can use your regular snail to do these. I'm just going to do a little bit of glue, a little bit of liquid glue. And that's almost too much, so I'm going to tap the back of this. And put one there. And put one in here in the corner. This way I can get it and slide it right into place. If you use this snail, you got one shot pretty much to get it in the right place. Okay, so that and that. Now let's do the same thing here at the bottom. Whoops. This designer series paper comes in a pack of 6x6. You get 40 sheets in a pack. And it's a great size for making cards. Oops, that's the side I want showing. So let's put the glue there. And we'll just do it like that. Okay, that just gives it a little something inside, a little extra. Okay. Now I'm going to turn this over this way for now. And we're going to add the bunny. And I'm going to use dimensionals for that. When I glued this down, I just used snail. You could do a layer, 2 layers of dimensionals by putting dimensionals on that layer too, but I just did one. I find that sometimes if it's too fat, they charge you more in the post office to mail it. Okay, let me take off the top of the dimensionals. And then I'm going to put that up at the top, towards the top. All right, and that's done. Okay, now let me get the envelope. So here's the envelope. I'm going to take that 2-inch piece that I cut off. And I'm going to put, you could do snail, liquid glue. I like to make sure this is going to stay down and not come off in the mail. So when it goes to the machines or whatever. So I'm going to just go ahead and lay this down up against the edge. And if I go back and forth a little bit, I can be sure that that's spreading it all around. Rub it. And then turn it over like this. And just trim around the shape of the envelope. This is a great way to use up some of your paper. Everybody likes to hold on to their paper, and I'm like, why? You need to get it, use it, make your cards and envelopes look really pretty. Okay. So there, doesn't that look cute? Would somebody like to get that? Okay, so that was really easy. Now let me just go back and show you the other ones real quick. This was pretty much the same, except I moved the paper over a little bit. Again, I used the biggest stitched oval and then the biggest scallop. This says for you. And then there's your inside decorated. This one I turned sideways, brought it to the end, and then I just stamped on a piece of white paper and cut it out with an oval, one of those layering oval dies. And then this one I used a wider piece. Let's see how wide that is. 3 inches. So I cut it off at 3 inches. And I did not use a oval behind it. I just left it white. And then I stamped on a piece of cardstock that matches, and that goes from side to side. That is 3.5 by 3/4 of an inch. And then inside I did that so tiny, so small, so loved by all. Okay, so there you have it. If you have any questions, just contact me. And I hope you'll give this a try. And thanks for stopping by.